Hello and welcome to the NFL Update. The name has changed, but the show remains the same. If you're watching this, you have survived the off-season. That's right, the NFL season has finally started, and not just preseason, the games count, people. Before I talk about anything that happened this week, here are the top 5 offensive and defensive plays of the week. Lots of interesting things happened during the offseason, including the entire 49ers squad retired. Probably one of the worst things is DeMarco Murray left America's team to join the Philadelphia Eagles. He looks awful in that Eagles uniform. I have nothing too strong against the Eagles, just it doesn't look right seeing DeMarco Murray wearing a helmet with anything that's not the Dallas Star. When free agency period hit, there was a lot of big names moving to new places. Ndamukong Suh signed a big money contract with the Miami Dolphins to join Cameron Wake and try to have the Dolphins be the most dominant D-line in the NFL. Other big names that have been moving around in free agency is Darrelle Revis is back home with the New York Jets. After winning the Super Bowl with the New England Patriots a year ago, Revis decided to come back home and finish out his career in green and white. Another old face coming back to New York is Antonio Cromartie, which will hopefully have the Batman and Robin combo once again. It wasn't just free agents, there was teams trading players to other teams. Probably the biggest one was the Sam Bradford-Nick Foles trade, sending Sam Bradford to Philadelphia and Nick Foles packing over to St. Louis. It's a risky proposition for Chip Kelly to have a guy who's torn his ACL 3 times. I mean, I guess the guy likes to live on the edge, but rolling with a quarterback who shatters his knees a lot isn't the safest option, especially when Mark Sanchez is your backup. I know exactly what Sanchez will do after a couple of games. But finally, it's NFL kickoff, and it started with the defending Super Bowl champions, the New England Patriots, who took on the Pittsburgh Steelers on Thursday night. Rob Gronkowski and Tom Brady both looked on par, Gronk catching 3 touchdowns. And of course, yes, I said Tom Brady, his suspension was nullified and he was allowed to play in the first 4 games. Tom Brady will start for the Patriots, all 16 games in the season, and of course, the playoffs. And of course, Sunday football, every other team got to play that day, and there was a lot of interesting games. Probably most interesting final score was the Indianapolis Colts versus the Buffalo Bills. Amazingly, the Buffalo Bills won against the Indianapolis Colts. This is probably the look the Colts fans were making when they saw the final score, which coincidentally is also the same face I made when I saw this picture. But one score that was not surprising was the Panthers game and the Jacksonville Jaguars game. Of course the Jaguars lost. I mean, they're the Jaguars. Josh McCown got his first start for the Browns this season. Unfortunately, it didn't last long because David Harris and Calvin Pryor invited him to a helicopter ride, which he could not refuse, which ended up having Johnny Manziel to go out there. Manziel started off strong, throwing a touchdown against the Jets defense, but after that, Scooby fumbled 3 times and threw a pick. Manziel's debut was definitely not what you wanted to see if you're a Cleveland Browns fan, hoping that Scooby can be your franchise quarterback. And of course, the game that everyone was talking about was Marcus Mariota versus Jameis Winston. First round pick versus second round pick. Before the draft, Jameis Winston predicted he's going to the Super Bowl. What he really meant is he's going to go buy seats to the Super Bowl. Marcus Mariota had one of the best rookie debuts ever. Mariota threw 4 touchdowns, even though yes, it was against the Bucs defense, so I mean that's probably like 2 touchdowns in real life. But still, Mariota starts his career off as 4 touchdowns, while Jameis Winston also starts his career off with a touchdown on his first pass. Unfortunately, it was for the Tennessee Titans. But hey, I mean, Brett Favre did the same thing on the Falcons, so I guess. And on Monday night, it was a doubleheader, the Minnesota Vikings and the San Francisco 49ers, and also the Philadelphia Eagles and the Atlanta Falcons. The Falcons came out with a win. It was a close game. Chip Kelly's high-tempo offense in the first half was struggling, but in the second half, they slammed on the gas and almost came up with a win. The Eagles had a chance to win the game, but Jordan Matthews decided to drop the ball. It was bounced in the air and picked off. And on the sideline, this happened.
Penalties against Philadelphia,
Look,
10 and all.
I know, you're going to hear a lot of things, a lot of finger pointing once this game is over. But I want you to know, this is all your fault.
Murray has 9 yards.
Well, that's it for week 1. We have 15 more games till we hit the playoffs. This isn't preseason anymore, people. These games count. I'm the Jets fan, signing off.